another exciting edition um, of Failing Forward. So, we're going to be reviewing chapter 14 of Failing Forward today, which is titled The Little Difference Between Failure and Success Makes a Big Difference. Ken Hubbard says, there is no failure except no longer trying. There is no defeat except from within. No really insurmountable barrier save our own inherent weakness of purpose. In today's review, we're going to be learning that little difference between failure and success, and we're also going to be learning that that little difference makes a big difference. We're going to be learning the difference between those who fail and those who succeed. Those who fail, what is that one ingredient that they miss that make them fail? Most unsuccessful people believe that a huge gaping chasm stands between them and success. People who don't succeed in life, they think that there is a big gully between them, between where they are and where they desire to be, between them and that success that they desire to achieve. They suspect deep down that they will never be able to cross that void and get to the other side in achieving their dreams. But I want to let you in on a little secret. There is not much difference between failure and success, and the little difference makes a big difference. But what creates that difference? Now we're going to learn it from the story of a man that John Maxwell has shared here. He says that he thinks that everybody in the United States of America has heard of Macy's department store, right? Thanks to its famous Thanksgiving Day parade and movie Miracle on 34th Street. But fewer people know about the man who founded the store in 1858. His name was R.H. Macy. R.H. Macy was the son of Sea Captain Macy. He was born in Nantucket at a time when whaling was king, and his first job was on a whaling ship at age 15. So he spent 4 years on that ship and saw the world, traveling as far as New Zealand. And when he returned to the United States of America with his own share of the ship's earnings, what he had been able to gather so far while working on the ship, every amount that he gathered came to $500. So he started working several odd jobs. He took a position as an apprentice, and afterward an apprentice in a printing shop, right? But he only spent like 6 months there because he knew that he had greater ambition. He knew that he wanted more in his life, and this made him to venture into a retail business. From the money that he had saved while working on the sea, he opened a small thread and needle store in Boston. He had a very good work ethic. He was determined. He was very hardworking, but the business failed within a year. He did not give up. By the next year, Macy tried again. This time, he opened a second store that traded in dry goods, right? And he worked so hard. Unfortunately, he failed again. That still did not make him give up. By the following year, he decided to team up with his brother-in-law, and they founded another store. They worked so hard, but then after a while, he decided that he needed a change. So this made him and his own brother, Charles, to go to California in the time of gold mining. Gold mining was really popular at this time. So they wanted to go and try their own luck and see whether they will be able to mine some gold to become rich. So they got to California. They couldn't become rich gold miners, but then they discovered that there was an opportunity for them to sell to the gold miners. So they opened a store there and they were selling to these gold miners. They were doing pretty well, but after a while, the gold miners had to leave because they left the area because they ran out of gold. So he and his brother sold their business to a fellow competitor, and then they left. So he went on to another location. He started another business there. He came up with a fantastic philosophy about trade. He started advertising heavily, started working hard. Unfortunately, that business still failed. So he went ahead to open another business, right? He was selling, you know, other things. This time around, he sold goods for the lowest prices in town. Despite his innovations, his clever advertising, and his hard work, the business still did not make it. And after 3 years of struggle in a relatively small town, Macy's sold out and declared bankruptcy. Hmm. How many times has he failed? If you've been counting, we're going to see very soon. At that point, Messi decided to get out of retail. For a while. He worked as a stockbroker, then he started working as a real estate broker. Then he moved to Wisconsin to pursue an opportunity, and he tried his hands on different things. Despite the difficult times, he achieved modest success, thank God, in Wisconsin, and was able to make some money. With this big opportunity in Wisconsin, a friend advised him that he should try retail business again. Meanwhile, he had tried this retail business several times and had failed. So he decided to try the retail business again. Now let us count how many professions he had tried. He was a whaler working on the sea. Then he was a retailer. He was a gold miner. He was a stockbroker, and he was a real estate broker. And this will be the 7th attempt in retail business. One would have thought that I should be tired by now. Why would you keep doing this thing, being into retail business that keeps failing? A normal person, I'm saying normal, I don't know what else, which better word to use. A normal person would have said that this thing is not working, right? One would have thought that he would be weary. He must have been weary, maybe. He was just 35 when he had tried all these professions and businesses, 35 years of age, but he refused to give up. So he went to Manhattan, to New York, and that was to make a tremendous difference in his life. So he changed his location and decided to try his retail business for the 7th time. And it was here in Manhattan, in New York, that he actually became very, very successful. In 1858, R.H. Macy opened a fancy dry goods store. After only 12 months, he was grossing $80,000 a year. And by the 1870s, the store averaged more than $1 million in sales per year. 1870. Take note of the date. He was making $1 million per year. I don't even know how much that is worth right now. All right. So this success made him to become the father of retail. He was the one that actually made retail business very popular. All right, sorry about that. I had a little bit of network glitch there. Please let me know if you can still hear me. So R.H. Macy actually became the father of retail business, right? As the Macy's business grew, he revolutionized retail trade, and it can be credited with numerous innovations. Number one, he invented the concept of modern department store. Number two, he made setting prices the norm in the industry instead of haggling. Before he came into the business, people would haggle, like negotiate. If you want to buy anything in the store, you have to, thank you so much. You have to ask, oh, you know how you do now when you price goods, how much is this? Oh, pay this. Oh, I don't have this. Okay, how much do you want to pay? What's your last price? And all of that. People would haggle. But when he got into retail business, he set his price. So the price that you see on the store, on that good, that you see in the store, on that particular good, is the price. There is no negotiation. Just like when you go to a supermarket to buy stuff, you don't pick a tin of milk and you get to the counter. When you've seen 3,000 naira on it, then you get to the counter and saying, can I pay 2,500? So it was actually the person that started that concept of putting fixed prices on goods in the store. Then he made buying and selling in high volume in order to provide lower prices for customers. Like those stores that you see, one full shelf may contain milk, another whole shelf may contain bread, another shelf entirely may contain sugar and things like that. He made that popular. Buy in large quantities, sell at low prices to people. Then he also introduced modern retail advertising. Then he appointed the first female executive in retail history. In 1877, Macy died while on a buying trip in Europe. So sad. I went to check the dates that he made his first breakthrough. That was in 1858, but counting back to 1870, when it started grossing $1 million per year. This was just 7 years after, and then it died. I found it to be really, really, really sad. Like, he didn't live so long to enjoy his hard work, to really enjoy the success that he worked so hard for, right? And he still died in the line of business. However, his business lived on and continued to bring innovation to retail trade. Today, the company serves customers with 191 Macy's stores. Those stores exist because of one man who refused to give up. Now, what is that ingredient? That little difference that makes a big difference between failure and sorry. That ingredient that, as you have no doubt guessed, the quality that took Macy through failure after failure after failure was his persistence. That is the little difference that makes a big difference when it comes to failing forward. It separates those who achieve success from those who only dream about it. Everybody can dream about success, but how many people are willing to stake their lives for it, to stake everything that they have for it, to say, it is either I succeed at this thing or I succeed. There is no going back. Nothing worth achieving comes easily. The only way to fail forward and achieve your dream is to cultivate tenacity and persistence. You have to be tough. You must not be a chicken. You must not be the kind of person that gives up at the slightest challenge. These qualities can be learned. You can learn how to be persistent, how to persevere, how to endure, how to be committed, right? And what are the 4 ways through which you can learn in case persistence does not come to you? The first thing is purpose. Find your purpose. Why are you here on earth? What is that thing that can keep you going in the face of adversity? If you have a sense of purpose, it will keep you going in the face of adversity. It is going to fuel your persistence. You know that this thing, I must achieve it. That is a strong purpose. So it will, everything that you have, everything that you are, is going to come together to make sure that you go after that, right? So you must have a strong sense of purpose. If you don't have purpose in life, then it will be so difficult to achieve success. And what are the ways, the steps that you can use to develop a strong desire, a strong sense of purpose? Number 1, get next to people who possess great desire, people who are strong, who are committed to a goal, who have a burning desire, who have a drive in life. These are the people that you should be moving with, not people who have no goals, who have no ambition in life. They're going to drag you down. The little ambition and persistence that you have inside of you, they are going to take it away from you. Number 2, develop discontent with the status quo. Don't be satisfied with your current position. What is that thing that you love doing? Can be related to your talent or your interest in life. Look for it and stick to it. Then put your most vital possession into that goal. Everything that you have, put it into achieving that goal. Then visualize enjoying the rewards of your goal. If you love cars, visualize yourself riding in those cars, driving them. Visualize yourself going on vacation abroad with your beautiful family. Visualize it. When you visualize it, you will really want to have it. And this can propel you to keep working hard. Okay, what is the number 2 step that can help you to develop persistence? Excuses. Eliminate them. Even if you fail, own it with your full chest. Take responsibility for your own actions. Avoid making excuses. People like making excuses a lot. Oh, it's the government, it's my father, it is this, it's the pastor, it was my wife, and all of that. Agricultural scientist George Washington Carver noted 99% of failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. Having desire alone will not get you through your failures. You have to forget about making excuses and keep moving forward. If you make a mistake, own it, accept responsibility, move forward, right? No matter how many opportunities you've missed or mistakes that you've made, don't ever make excuses. Bite the bullet, take complete responsibility for yourself, and keep trying. Number three way to develop persistence, incentives, develop some. You have to find a way to reward yourself for the good works that you are doing. Nothing helps a person remain tenacious like good incentives. That is why so many companies use incentives with their employees. Oh, if you make the sales, we're going to give you this amount, because that they know that can drive you. It can fuel your passion towards achieving that thing. But you don't have to wait for your employer to give you incentives. You can reward yourself after you reach your goal. Reward yourself when you've done something that you feel fulfilled about. Make it a habit to reward yourself, but make sure that the reward matches the goal. Don't make rewards for the small objectives too big. Otherwise, you will undermine your desire to keep going. And the number four thing is determination. Cultivate it. Author Napoleon Hill noted, effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. There are so many people who have become successful in life, but they are not determined enough. They are easily shaken, they are easily moved by challenges. You have to be determined. To develop persistence over the long haul, you have to cultivate inward determination on a continual basis. And if you do, someday your story may be similar to one of these. It may be similar to the story of Admiral Peary, who attempted to reach the North Pole 7 times before he made it on try number 8. It may also be similar to the story of John Creasy, who received 743 rejection slips from publishers. Sorry, I had a bit of network glitch there again. I need to try and hurry up because I don't think the network is so favorable today. All right. I said that John Creasy received 743 rejection slips from publishers before one word was ever published, and he eventually published 560 books, which have sold more than 600 million copies. Can also be like Eddie Akaro, who lost 250 consecutive races before he won his first. The list goes on and on. What about learn to be determined? Don't be the person that gives up easily. Now let's quickly look at the story of one man that did not give up. His name was Orville Redenbacher. I'm not sure if I pronounce that correctly, but he was the one who made Orville Redenbacher popcorn. When I was reading this, I realized that, I've eaten that popcorn before. It has so many flavors. It is really, really good, and at the time of writing this book, that was like the best popcorn. I'm not sure if any other popcorn brand has beat it, but this guy persevered. He made sure that he developed this popcorn. He tried popcorn hybrid. His son described him as somebody who would go and pollinate each one stalk of corn. Maybe there are 150 stalk of corn on the farm. He would pollinate them one by one, trying to get a hybrid for his popcorn. It took him years, several years to do that, right? He worked odd jobs. He did everything. He did not give up. He could have settled for a lesser quality of his popcorn, but he did not. He knew what he wanted, and he painstakingly. His grandson said, Grandpa was a tireless worker. He worked tirelessly, and then he achieved success at last. In 1965, that was when he perfected his popcorn hybrid, and he had a popcorn that outperformed every other variety in popping volume, pop ability, and flavor. But his battle wasn't over. It took him another 10 years to make his popcorn the best-selling brand in the world. And that is when he and Charlie Bowman sold the brand to Hunt Wesson Foods. The story is an incredible one. That is a story of somebody who persevered, who was determined. So this is one little difference between failure and success, and this little difference makes a big difference. If you want to be successful in life, you have to persevere, you have to endure. Like we read yesterday, so many things will not come to you naturally in life. You have to push yourself, you have to force yourself to do that which you really have to do, right? Whether your mood says otherwise or not, just make sure that this thing you must achieve it. And for you to achieve it, you need a strong sense of purpose and a burning desire. Right. This is where we're going to stop today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We're actually almost at the end of Failing Forward. Please don't forget to like this video. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Please subscribe to this channel in case you're yet to subscribe. I remain Olaide Agbaje, also known as First Lady. And on this channel, I inspire you to live intentionally. We're going to come together again as we review chapter 15 of Failing Forward, which is titled, It is what you do after. It is what you do after you get back up that counts. I trust that it is going to be another exciting review. Until then, be intentional. Bye.